toll road here in Biloxi, Mississippi. See that boat there? Buckle up, kids. You're about ready to take a ride on the toll road. Gonna do some shrimp fishing. Gonna have shrimp kebabs, shrimp sandwiches, shrimp on a Barbie. And I might even have a special guest with me. Rich, are you nervous?
A little bit nervous. No.
Rich, are you nervous?
They're stalking me.
Rich's mortal enemy, the pelican. Isn't that the one that gave you pelican pox there last year?
No, that's not him.
A well worth it $20 will get you a 70-minute tour and a little shrimping history and shrimping knowledge.
That's designed to do. We'll stick it out there, get it behind us, open it up, take it to the bottom, drag it for 20 minutes, and give you a shrimp education. And we'll tell you all about it. Shrimp season obviously is not open right now. Guys, there are literally millions of shrimp out there underneath your feet out there. Problem is, they're about a quarter-inch in size. This big. This year's crop has arrived from the deep waters of the Gulf of Mexico. They get pushed in by tides and currents, and these little shrimp show up, and that's our annual crop of shrimp. And as the water starts to warm up, they start to do that real quick. They grow real fast. We'll tell you how we get to shrimp season. We've got to make shrimp grow to get there in a certain size. We'll tell you about that, how we put these boats behind me back to work, and where do we buy our shrimp at, and how that season works, and migrational pattern, all that kind of stuff. And you'll be completely bored when I'm done with you. And so, now we'll make it fun. Then I'm going to come back here and dump out the net. If we can handle it, and it doesn't bite us or sting us, it's going to go in the aquarium, okay? And you can see them over there once we get out there. You can walk over there. Shrimp season's not open. They're not selling shrimp and things like that. But I want to point them out because shrimp boats are uniquely designed. They're all called double rigger shrimp boats. That just means we're legally allowed to pull 2 nets at one time. And the nets are pretty wide, so we got to get the nets on the side of the boat. And if you look at a shrimp boat, it has these big outrigger arms that stick up there. We lay them things down, and that's how we push it out to the right and back and to the left and back. And that's how you catch shrimp. Here's your problem. You got to find them. You got to find the shrimp. There is shrimp migrate about 400 miles a year. They do a lot of moving around, and no one has invented me a shrimp finder. Hey kid, hey man, invent me a shrimp app. You'll be a millionaire. I can pull up an app and find shrimp, right? Guys, they don't show up on sonar. They don't show up on chart plotters and things like that. You don't know where they are. Maybe they could be here 1 hour, they could be 2 miles that way the next hour. The tides and currents move around. That's the big Gulf of Mexico. You're just not going to go out there and throw out some nets and hope you catch some, right? It doesn't work that way. So what every shrimp boat has is a third smaller net. It's called the third net, or the tri-trawl. And that's what I have behind me here. A tri-trawl is not a very big net. It's about 16 foot wide. It's about 30 foot long. You drag that for 15 minutes. Consider it your test net. When you pull it up, what do you want to see in it? Shrimp. 2 things we look for. Abundance. We want to see lots of shrimp. What we don't want to see is a bunch of 2 to 3 inch shrimp. I'm going to show you what I have. That represents 65% of the shrimp processed in the Gulf of Mexico is processed in our town right here. We have a lot of factories. What I mean by processing is we have machines that sort shrimp. It's done that way. What does shrimp season mean? Say we open up on June 1st. It's going to go to December 31st. It's about 7 months roughly. That represents 350. Yeah, that's what I think of it as. And I wouldn't know about it until I ordered that Home Chef meal. It came to my house and it had it and told me to put it in my stuff. Well, how do we get that? There's a fish in the Gulf called a butterfish. That's what these are. They look like pomatum, salt and vinegar, and they make fish sauce. And they basically marinate them for weeks or months at a time. And then they drain off the sauce and then they, pasteurize it, sterilize it and stuff. And that's how you get it right there. That is called a butterfish. It doesn't look like butter, but come on! You know this is Mrs. Puffs, right? Always trying to teach SpongeBob how to drive. Check it out. That's a defense mechanism. Okay. D puff. There you go. So we have no footprint shrimp to really think of. You know, I was thinking of the fish, right? We got speckled trout, redfish, flounder, amberjack, snapper, grouper, wahoo, cobia, marlin, sailfish, sharks, dolphins, stingrays. All those eat shrimp. Pelicans, seagulls, they eat shrimp. No, the number one killer of shrimp is shrimp. That's how bad. Everything else will eat you, and so will your mom. I mean, shrimp are cannibalistic as heck, you know? You know, people ask me, what do shrimp eat? I say, adult shrimp eat baby shrimp. And adult shrimp eat subadult shrimp. And got about 30, 40 year history scientifically in rural reds. That's cold water. Rural reds live in 1,500 to 3,000 feet of water. Way out there. They're delicious. When we talk about food, we'll tell you where to get them. My favorite shrimp. But the warm water species of shrimp, whether you're from Florida to Texas, is pink, brown, and white. And if you put all three of those shrimp in your hand, you're going to say one thing to me. Damn, David, they're not pink, brown, or white. They all look like shrimp. They really do. Now, who's from Florida? Where's my Port St. Lucie guy at? There you go.
I grew up.
Yeah. Florida dominates the pink shrimp market. About 90% of their catch is pink shrimp. They prefer a sand bottom. They get big, and they're very much attracted to lights too. But they're a sand bottom. We have a silt mud bottom here from the Mississippi River over there. And so we don't get a lot of pink shrimp here. They don't come this far this way. But we open up a brown shrimp, and then we transition to white shrimp about August, and that's when we ride the big white shrimp all the way to the end of the year. If they look the same, how do you tell them apart? Easy way, pick up a shrimp, look at their antenna. If it's the same size as the body, when you get back to Florida, look at a pink shrimp. You know? Where? Brown shrimp. That antenna is approximately twice as long as its body. If it's a white shrimp, it would be way down here. A pink shrimp would be right about here. So 1 time, 2 time, 3 time. This right here is a brown shrimp. See? That one's a clip antenna there. There's a brown shrimp. Let me show you how they live. Does anyone see my shrimp? Liars. Your antenna. If you put a mask on, and I'm getting my mask and my snorkel gear ready and stuff, once the water warms up, you can come off that island right there, you can snorkel, and look at the bottom. You're going to see hundreds of these things sticking up all over the place. Famous cousin, you know, I'm sure you guys heard of speckled trout, right? Love speckled trout, delicious. Speckled trout is probably one of the most sought after inshore game fish here in the Gulf of Mexico. But they're regulated, you know, only certain sizes, certain amount, you only possess a certain kind. And these speckled trout get big. They get 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pounds. This is a white trout, what we fish for off this boat when we do fishing trips. We come out here for 3 hours, anchor up, and fish for them. It'll grow back, don't worry. It's sharp, dude. He's got one on his tail, too. So, that's the rock. You can tell it's pretty sharp.
I know, the antenna broke right off.
I don't have no fingernails.
Oh, girlfriend. Yeah, look at me. I can jump out of the water. You want to go to the dance or the prom with me? That's what he's doing. There you go. I'll have Mike talk about some food and stuff here real quick. Got some dolphins doing a dolphin show behind us, coming out of the water.
Want to go there and not break the bank, and which, believe it or not, it's not a very expensive restaurant. Locals will tell you it's expensive, but if you're used to going out to eat where you're from, everything's a lot cheaper here. Go during the daytime. It's around $20 a person. Go during the daytime. You can go dressed just like you are right now. Or some, I'm not quite sure what it is. It's It's a barbecue place. And then you got Lucy's Surf Bar Grill. You got 4 eat places for the souvenir shop and condos and things like that. With the boardwalk on the beach, guys, it is a great experience. You can park here.
Appreciate it, man. You told us one.
That's going to do it for the toll road on the Biloxi shrimping trip. And who knows where the toll road will lead to next.